Hey guys, so we have done a thing. We bought 10 acres of land and we're pretty excited about it. We have got about 6 acres of pasture and about 4 acres of wooded land. So pines, hardwood mixture, it's a really nice mix. Our pasture for the most part is all level bottom, and then the woods is kind of a hilly area of it that we could do a bunch of different stuff with. But the bottom other far end of the property has got about 850 feet of creek, so we got all the water.
Creek.
Yeah, wide, 12 to 15 feet wide.
Noisy.
Yep, nice and loud.
It's a designated trout stream.
So,
So we're not fishermen, but somebody will be.
Somebody will be. Hoping for grandkids, and maybe the grandkids will be able to like to fish and play in it.
Someday.
And yeah, but the water potential, just to be able to water the livestock and not have to worry about water, it's just there. And so very excited about that. It's raw land, so there's access to the road, the paved road, but we're gonna have to build a driveway. We have to bring in power, we have to bring in the water, we have to bring in or put in the septic system.
There's a cut-in for the driveway, which we'll be showing in just a second. But so we know where the driveway is going to go, so it's not like we have to just start from scratch.
Yeah.
But it's got to be fixed.
Got to be built.
Built.
We're gonna build the barn and stuff like that down on the flat in the pasture, on the edge of the pasture, so we don't have to clear trees. We don't have to do that kind of thing to do anything that we're doing with that. But we're just gonna kind of walk around and show you guys and share what we have, and everything is up to change, and so nothing is in stone at this point, and so we're just very excited and wanted to share.
So we are at the top part of the property. You can probably hear the cars. There's a road right here, and so we're at the top part. Behind us is the major wooded, and so then we're going to tour down there the best part, the pasture. So we'll see you in a minute.
So right there on that log is where we were just sitting, and I'm standing with my back to the road, and there is a power line that comes across this piece of the property. So this grade, this hill down with the power line is cut out, and so we'll be able to mow and maintain that and use that property. And sleigh ride. Super excited. We don't get a lot of snow, but we usually have 3 or 4 different snows a year, and it only lasts a couple of days, but we can take advantage of that time when it happens. All of this unmowed field is ours. Hey, so we're kind of standing in the area that we think the barn is going to go, where we've got laid out for the septic system. We had to have a perk test done, and the guy that did the perk test is a guy that I've worked with a long time, many years, and he allowed me to come along with him when he did the perk test. And so he had to bore these 3-inch holes so far deep into the ground. He needed like 48 inches of clear, good soil before we got to the water table. That was the minimum. We ended up with, he went down to about 75, 76 inches on 3 of the holes, which was as deep as he could go with his auger, and we had good soil that far down. And then he had one hole that was 53 inches with a 48-inch minimum. So septic system is good. It's going to go where Laura's at right now in her view. And then this orange ribbon is what we think is going to be our placement of the barn. And we're standing in what, if the barn is there, then we're standing in what will be the driveway. Behind me, about 400 feet or so, is where the access comes off of the road and drops down into the pasture part of the property. I'm going to have Laura kind of show right behind her. It looks like just a weedy mess, but this used to be, at one time, was farmed for corn, and then after that it was pasture and hay. And so, yeah, you can see there's a lot of hay still, or a lot of grass still in the bottom of it. And we're hoping that once we get it mowed next spring, if we can keep it mowed before the weeds get big enough to be able to seed out again, that we can get the weeds under control and help to maintain the grass and just bring it back up to a real nice pasture. So everything is up in the air, like I said before, but we're contemplating, like, this area, having the driveway come through here. It's just really pretty. There's a big rock with a big flat face on it that we could put the name of our homestead on that rock as like a welcome sign. It's got 2 wild cherries. There's a big poplar and a double poplar here behind that. We'll wait for the truck to go by. And then on this side, we've got some big maples, and then some other poplars, even a little farther down than that. And so it's a really good mix of the trees in this area. And it's fairly level. It's wide enough to get anything we need to, including the semis that we would get in for deliveries and pickups. And so we're just very excited. I'll probably say that a lot more.
So looking back from where we were standing right there. And this is that really awesome rock that God just placed right there. Perfect place for a pretty sign and a welcome sign. Hey there.
Howdy.
So what are you going to do with that gate behind you?
We're going to take that gate out. There was another road access onto the property up on top where we first started this video. And so we're going to use this gate up there to just try to keep people out from dumping stuff on the vehicle. Keep people from dumping stuff, just wandering onto the land. I just don't want the liability of people I don't know coming onto the property and tripping and hurting themselves or whatever, and then we're liable for that. So where we were just standing is right over there, but right here behind me is where the access is off of the road. And with that access coming down, this fence be gone, the gate be gone, and we'll be able to make this right onto that area that's fairly level.
What is that from?
That's the old bridge for where Loving Road used to come through.
Oh, Old Loving Road?
Yeah.
So we went through a lot to get this property. We did some different unique financing and stuff, and through it all, to God be the glory. And the coolest thing of all, our neighbors are Christians. So as you'll be able to, Tim's going to zoom in just a little bit, but the really cool thing is we have this gorgeous cross that our neighbors have. And how awesome is that, to have that reminder of how awesome our God is.